Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Chop! Excellent, excellent. Now, as I said yesterday and the day before that, you will be going out today. I know you'd really prefer to be here studying grammar, but you will be going. Yes, I know, exactly. But before you do, I would like you to, because we're waiting on a certain small Italian. Could you, very, very small Italian, who is very late as usual. Could you discuss what you did yesterday? But I really do want you, if there's any word that you don't know or expression you don't know, record that down quickly, okay? So I'll give you 5 minutes or so, okay? So discuss what you did yesterday, but if you don't know a piece of vocabulary or whatever, write it down, okay? And then I'll discuss it on the board quickly. So pair. Discuss, okay? Off you go, quickly. Don't forget the vocabulary. Don't forget the vocabulary. Don't forget the vocabulary.
And then I the last 10 minutes to study
Do you have the other short Italians number?
Yeah, I will with the shoes.
You tell her to move her out.
No, just 30 minutes, almost 30 minutes. Almost half take advantage. I could take advantage of all my day. Usually,
Okay.
She's running.
She's running. Good, good. Tell her to run faster. This group, what vocabulary do you not know? That is the number one thing that I asked you to do.
Yes, but we don't remember. To be honest, we.
Okay, right. I'll come back to that. This group, what vocabulary?
Appeal
Okay, very good. Okay, in what context?
in something legal. Sorry.
Okay, appeal. Okay, so
Lodge
lodge. Okay, very good. Where did you get them? Where did you get them?
for the news.
From the news. Okay, very good. This group. Okay, sorry, apologies there. I thought it was the same group, but okay, yes.
Liberation.
Again?
Liberation.
Oh, liberation.
Liberation. Yesterday I conversation with
Okay.
my friends of college.
Okay, very good. This group. Now, for a second there, I thought that Paula was having a beer. Okay, look at this lovely. Yes, yeah. Cheers, cheers to you. Yes. So, sláinte, yeah.
Treadmill.
Treadmill. Okay.
Bespoke.
Bespoke.
Yeah,
B.
bespoke.
Okay.
Hash key.
Okay, wait, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, bespoke.
Yeah.
Hash key.
Because I think I confused hash key and the other one. There's two
Yeah.
like similar.
Next one. This group.
Title?
Spell it.
I don't know how to spell it.
Tied up.
Tie up.
Like this.
I don't know, I just hear
Like that.
I just
Oh, no,
hear
that
that
has a-
people say that.
Okay, yeah, you can hear that, yeah. Anything else? It's not necessarily what Paula thinks it is.
I think
Okay.
Are
Are you watching this series like you? Or that series?
No. Wait, never mind. Focus. Yes. Yes. Shh, shh.
In my job, we want that the kids put everything in order and they
Oh,
just say
oh,
tied
oh,
up
oh,
or
no, no,
tied
no,
up or
no,
something
no,
like that.
no, no. It's-
Tied up, yeah.
Okay, I'll come back to that. Anything else? No, this group? Nothing at all. Dear, oh dear. Yes?
We have a question how to say when you take advantage of all your day, of all the hours, like it was a good day, productive day. I don't know.
I'll come back to that. I hope her little legs are running very, very fast. Okay? Okay, I'll come back to that. Okay, so, yes, this is the last one.
Setability. S-T-A-bility.
Oh, stability. Okay, so first. No, too late. Doesn't matter. Okay, so now don't worry about it for now. Okay, so really what I was trying to show you is what does this word mean? Emergent, or these words mean? Does anyone know what emergent language is? Yeah, it just appears. Okay, so I could come into the class and give you vocabulary, and I said learn that. Okay, or I could say, okay, now have a conversation, and the vocabulary that you don't know, that will just emerge. You'll ask me, how do you say this? Like Wendy said, how do you say that when you're trying to make the most of all your opportunities during the day, etc. Okay, so that is probably more personally relevant to you. If it's more personally relevant to you, you're probably going to learn it better than if I come in here now and give you lots of business vocabulary or lots of mathematical vocabulary. Be relevant for most of you, okay? So to some extent, and lots of teachers will do this, they'll say, okay, now, what did you want to say, etc., and then they'll write it down, put it on the board or whatever, etc. And there are many different techniques. Today and tomorrow, I'll be trying to give you different techniques to learn vocabulary. Okay, basic vocabulary, not really grammar as such. Okay, so this appeal means if you're in a court and you were convicted, okay, so the judge said you have to go to prison. Well, sometimes you'll get a second chance in the court, okay? You will appeal the decision. So you'll say, please, I don't believe that the first judge was correct in their decision, so I would like a second chance. And you appeal the sentence, okay? So the judge has given a sentence, and you appeal that sentence, okay? So when you're learning vocabulary, very often the teachers will say, try to learn collocations, okay? So the collocations are the words that go together. It's very common to keep those words together, appeal the sentence or appeal the sentence. Lodge has a few different meanings. Okay, in the context of a court document or a court news article, you will very often say lodge an appeal. Okay, now when you go to the bank, when you put money into the bank, you lodge the money in the bank. Okay, you say, and another meaning of lodge is like a small home, usually made out of wood. Okay, so if I show you what a lodge is, probably they will show you a wooden house. Okay, you see that? That's a lodge. Okay, so typically that's kind of a lodge. Okay, now if you want, you can sort of try to connect them all together. So lodge, think about the house. When you lodge in something, like for example, where are my lodgings? Okay, my home. Okay, where am I going to stay when I'm in on holiday or whatever, etc. When you lodge money in the bank, it's like you're giving a home for your money, okay? And then obviously, because you can lodge something in the bank, well, sometimes you can lodge an appeal in the court. Sorry. So you go to the court, you say, okay, please look at this document. I want to appeal the first sentence. You understand that? They're very similar, okay? Next one then. Now, almost everyone in this class who speaks a Latin language, so not the two girls, okay? If you speak Cantonese or Korean, this word is like very complicated, but the rest of you should find that very, very easy. You will generally just change one letter. Now it's very appropriate that Carlotta is wearing that shirt and looks like a criminal. Okay, you understand that? What a disgrace! What a disgrace! And you know what criminals get in this class, Carlotta? Put your coat up. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right, okay, so for the rest of you, what's that mean? Liberation? To give freedom, exactly. To give freedom or experience freedom. So maybe if you, now you should understand that this is a complicated word if you don't speak a Latin language, okay? I can give you lots of Germanic words and you would not understand it, any of you, okay? But lucky for the people who speak Latin languages, 65% of the vocabulary of English approximately is French or Latin based, okay? This word, you will hear as well, the Statue of what? Where's the Statue of Liberty? New York.
France.
Okay. It was made in France, and it was, yes, it was made in France. It was a gift to the Americans, okay? So liberty is freedom. So liberation is giving freedom to people, okay? Where would you find a treadmill? In the gym, the machine that makes you run, okay? So this is called a treadmill, okay? Now, how many of you go to the gym? Yeah, okay. The next time you go into the gym, look for those words. Look for those words. You will get it on the documents for the advertising of the gym. They'll say, oh, we have 3 treadmills or whatever, etc. You learn these things in context. So this is emergent language. I said, have a conversation. I didn't know what would come up. This material is relevant to your lives, not mine. Bespoke. Now, bespoke is it's a little bit of a formal word, and it means, I suppose it is formal. Bespoke means designed specifically for a certain purpose. So if I say bespoke furniture, so sometimes you'll build you'll have a kitchen, a new house, whatever, and you don't want to go to IKEA, okay, and buy the kitchen from IKEA. You want a carpenter to design it specifically for your kitchen. That will be bespoke, okay? It's going to be designed specifically for you, okay? If I give you a bespoke class, it's designed specifically for you people and not for just random people on the street, okay? It's what you want, okay? The hash key, anyone know what the hash key is? Okay, so when you're on your phone, very often they'll say press the hash key, blah blah blah. So press in the 10-digit number and then press the hash key. It's a very, very common expression. So you definitely should learn that. Okay, tied. Okay, so be careful. How do you pronounce that? Okay, so especially for Luis, pronounce that. And pronounce that.
Oh my God.
Yes. Okay. Now. How many syllables does this word have?
2.
1.
5.
How many syllables does this have?
5.
2. Yes, exactly. Okay? So tied up, tidy. So what very often happens, remember you have how many syllables in the combination? How many syllables do you have here? 2. Okay? Now, how do you think you pronounce it when you say it quickly? So very often you'll get tied up, tied up, okay? Now this will be pronounced okay, you cannot put this together because you E-U, which is a vowel sound. So tidy up. Now, if you say you're tied up, what's that mean? Okay, yeah, well, It could, yes. So you understand that maybe you're enjoying yourself, I don't know, whatever, etc. Or maybe you're having a bad time with the police. It could be, yeah, the first one. Okay? Now, if you understand that's tied up, yes? Now, it does have a metaphorical meaning. If somebody asks you, can you come on Saturday? No, sorry, I'm tied up. What do you think that means?
I can't because I have
I'm busy. I can't do what I want to do. Okay, so it is common to hear that. I'm tied up. Sorry, we're tied up doing something else. Tidy up is just make things clean. So for example, this is a disaster almost all the time. So I have to tidy up for poor Cynthia, the cleaner, at the end of the day. Okay, so I'll try to tidy it up and then Cynthia will come into the class. Not again. But she's so polite, she never says anything. Okay? The next one then, to make the most of something. Does everyone understand that? Or does anyone understand that? So if you say, I'm going to make the most of my day. Yeah, take advantage. There is a Latin phrase that a lot of you might know, I don't know.
Carpe diem.
So seize the day, take advantage of the day. So for example, in Ireland, how often do you see sunshine? Approximately 2 or 3 times a year. Today, seldom, very good. Today, you are going to make the most of the sunshine. Okay, so you're going to take advantage of the sunshine, and unfortunately, you see here now, look at this, putting on the jackets and oh, it's freezing outside. Okay, I said exactly, very well. Okay, next one, that poor Carlotta is she's still like this after running here for about half an hour. The word stable. Okay, you understand that? Okay. So I can't remember the movie, but there was a very famous movie, and somebody said, like it was in the Wild West or something like that, and they say, how good a shot are you? Just look at my hand. Okay, stable. It's very stable. You understand that?
Yeah.
But this is my shooting hand. Okay, you understand that? Okay, so I could shoot anyone by accident. Okay, stable. What's the opposite of stable?
Unstable.
Unstable. Okay, I'll give you another word as a verb. What am I doing? Like this. What am I doing?
Shaking.
Shaking is sort of like this. Maybe I'm very nervous. Trembling. Some of your languages, if you took out the R, it would seem a little bit more easy to understand. Tremble means like this, usually because you're nervous. Okay, because you're nervous. Okay, now, again, you're learning the vocabulary in context. Which vocabulary do you expect to remember from that word? Which vocabulary? Okay, wait. Why would you expect to remember treadmill, Wendy?
Because I like running.
Yes, she likes running. Okay, so Wendy goes running in the park, etc., and she probably goes to the gym as well, so you probably use treadmill. What else?
Tired.
Why would you? Why? You will remember tidy up. Why?
Because I use it in my.
Yes, okay. The most important thing that I'm trying to show you there is you won't all remember all of that. You will probably remember the things that are more personally relevant for you. So I can come in here and ask you, and to be honest, if you look back at the videos near the beginning of the course, I would always do this. I would ask the students, what did you do yesterday? And then we will put a huge number of words on the board and we will go over it. Now, we didn't do it every single day, but we did it quite a lot. And it would take maybe the first 45 minutes, maybe an hour of the class, and it was relevant for them. Some parts of it, okay? And then I would give you creative ways to recall the vocabulary. And to be honest, at the start of the course, which was about 25 weeks ago, their vocabulary accumulation was faster, I would say, than you. Not because they're better students, it's just because we focused more on vocabulary. They chose these topics, okay? So when you ask me for topics at the beginning of the week, very often you say, okay, functional language for introductions or conditional expressions. Well, if you choose that, then you sort of miss out a bit on this. If you chose, for example, food, which I know you did, you will get more vocabulary for food. We will focus more on vocabulary, okay? I can't do every single thing, okay? So I have to give you certain things. But as I said, the number one thing that I think my job is to do is to give you techniques to learn things on your own, including vocabulary. So one way is just have a conversation and write down, or even just speak into, use notes, for example, on your phone, write down the things that you don't know. That's the vocabulary that is important for you, okay? Another thing, and you're going to do that now, is open your eyes more. So I'm going to ask you to choose a route. Probably you will be better off going in the direction of the city centre because there are more things to see, okay? You'll see more English if you go in that direction than that direction, okay? You want to go to places where you're going to be exposed to more English. Now, I would like you all to work in pairs or threes, but I would suggest that you stand up now and mix with other people and try find someone whose route you would like to go on, okay? You understand that? So maybe you will all go in similar directions, but I want you to choose somewhere, a route, where you very often go. Okay, so not just somewhere that you've never gone before and you'll never go again. The reason is for repetition, so that you will do it again without me forcing you to go. It'll be just part of your life. And you're walking down and you will see the vocabulary again. Does everyone understand that? Okay, so stand up and I want you to choose a partner. Okay, one group will have three, but choose a partner.
How long does it last?
The activity will last maybe an hour, okay? Maybe an hour.
Go and go back.
It depends, it's a bit flexible, okay? So I would say about an hour, okay? Maybe an hour and a bit, okay? Maybe an hour and 15 minutes. When you come back, I will give you a break, okay? But I want you to choose someone whose route you will typically go on, okay? You understand that? Okay? Luis, have you chosen? So, well, Vicente, you'll go with Fabiana then, okay, right? Okay, now everyone, I want you to record. Now, are you going in a similar direction or not, usually?
I get up in public street.
Okay, so I want you to mix around. I'll give you another minute to decide who usually goes on the same route. Okay, so discuss a little bit more. Okay? So discuss, do you usually go on the same route? Go down in here and choose a kind of order. So maybe you will find a better match. So all of you discuss. Okay? Are you going in the same route or not? Gardner Street. Gardner Street. Carlotta? I need you to sign this in case you get knocked down by a bus. I am not responsible. So just put your name and
What is Main Street? No. Here to the north. Yeah, to the north. Yeah. And then there's I usually go to the point. Okay, yeah, go to the point. No, the last stop. No, the last stop. The last stop. Yeah.
like direction of the south in south
Okay, have you chosen? You know who you're going with? Okay, now usually I prefer if you don't go with someone from your own language group. Okay, usually. But if you want, okay. Right, if you want, it's okay.
No, it's not so.
It's-
I always go to
That,
the US.
yes. You come back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, nice.
I don't know.
Okay, right.
The one that is close.
So you've chosen? Yeah, you know, yeah. Okay, stay there for 1 second. You're going together, yeah? Okay, so who's who?
Go together.
No, I don't want big groups. I want smaller groups. I want smaller groups because I want to make it more personal. If you go in a big group, then what happens is one person will dominate, and I've done this before. Okay, so I want it in smaller groups, 2s and 3s or whatever, maximum. Okay, so have you decided who you're going with? Who? The two of you? Okay, right. Okay, so have you decided, Luis, who you're going with? Luis, you're going with Vicente. Okay, and who are you going with? The three of you? Okay, that's 3 of you. Okay, now what I want you to do, everyone, what I want you to do is get 15 minimum, 15 pieces of vocabulary. Okay, now it can be expressions, it does not have to be individual words. Where can you find them?
the shop.
You can find them in the shops. Go into the shops. Go into the shops. Now, I would like you also to take photos. So, write for 2 things. Write down the word or the expression and take a photo of where you found it. So, you are storing the image in your brain eventually and the language in your brain. That's the 2 different ways of storing the word. Okay? Now, also, if you could, I would like you to video certain parts of it. Okay, so when you're coming up to the first piece of vocabulary, video yourselves discussing this. Okay, you understand that? You don't have to do it very often.
Video of ourselves.
So, for example,
Discuss.
this is your phone. Okay, and
Or
here's
if we talk with someone.
you can talk with someone if you want. If you find someone very handsome or beautiful, you can say. And maybe, for example, there's a very handsome guard, for example. Hello, guard. What do you call this? Etc. Whatever you want. Okay. So this is your phone. Maybe there's a piece of vocabulary you don't know. Oh, the loser of the morning class. What does that mean? Blah blah blah. What do you think it means, Alicia? Blah blah blah. Okay. Just video, maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes each. Okay, you understand that? But I want you to take photos and record them. Now, for some strange reason, some of our students are putting on lipstick. Did you put on your moisturizer today, Luis? Yes, very good. Okay, right. Now I will give you. Now, I know you think 15 words might be not very much, okay? But usually it does take quite a while because you have to go down to a place where it's relevant. So maybe I'll give you 75 minutes then, okay? So you should, okay, make it easier for you. You should be back at about 11, no. I want you to be
I
back.
have to have breakfast before 11. So I have to come back.
10:45 is when I want you to be back. Okay? Does everyone understand? 10:45, and then I will give you a break a bit later. Okay? So, all right. You understand what you have to do?
Yes.
Okay? Right. So what do
14
you?
words? Sorry, 15 words, 15.
I know what I have to do. 14 words. The first thing we get to 15 words.
Sorry, only 15.
If you want, you can do more. If you want, you can do more. Okay? Luis is looking out in case it's raining. Okay? It's the nicest day of the year. Enjoy. Ciao, ciao. Goodbye. Okay, goodbye. Yeah, oh, look. Thank you, buddy. Get out, you absolute disgrace. Alicia, don't run off without poor Carlotta. Okay, she's already done enough running for today. Yeah, okay.
I'm not a good.
Now, don't speak in Italian.
No.